Hey guys, welcome to YRR Help, and today I'm going to show you how to traverse a folder in Java 8. So basically you would have used a file class before to traverse a folder, but in this video I'm going to show you how to use Java new APIs like Java enable path and Java streams API to traverse a folder in Java 8 kind of style. So basically in this video what we're going to do is we're going to pass input as JDK 1.8 this particular path, and we're going to show you how to traverse entire directory including files and directories, and I'm also going to show you how to traverse only files excluding directories, and I'm also going to show you how to traverse recursively by mean including files in subdirectories. Right, now let's get started. So basically, as I said before, I'm going to use a new API called Java enable path, which is introduced in Java 7. It's inbuilt, you don't have to download any jars, etc. So as I said, a path is represented in a path class in Java 8. Well, how do we construct path class? It's very simple. What we have to do is you just have to use something called paths utilities. So this is an utility class, and it will help you to convert a string to a path representation in Java. Right, now as I said, you have to pass a string, and I'm gonna pass JDK Java home path. Right, now let me just import it. While importing, make sure that you are importing nivo.file path and you don't import anything else. Alright, now I have a path instance. Now what I can do is I can do a lot of cool stuff, like I can say I can convert into the whole legacy file, and I can check what it's starting with and ending with, and etc. So there are cool methods, you can just have a look at it. Now but the thing which we are interested in is something like another class which is files utility. So I mean it's a files class which is an utility, and don't confuse with the old legacy file and files. File is a legacy file system and files is a nivo API class. Right, now again this files class has so many utility methods, and one which we are interested today is something called walk method. So walk method, what it does is it will take an input as a path, and it will return all the subfiles, subdirectories available in the particular path, and it will return as a stream. And if you guys don't know what is stream, please have a look at Java 8 new functionalities or new APIs. Right, now I'm just gonna pass this path, and as I said before, it will return a stream of paths. Alright, it will have all the paths wrapped inside a stream. Now let me just name as subpath. Right, import. Now it's showing some error. It's asking me to handle some exceptions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Java 7 new feature called try with the resource, and I'm going to embed it inside a try itself. The reason because if you are worrying about closing a stream or closing a file, you don't have to worry now, because this try with the resource, it's going to automatically close streams and files for you. Right, now I'm just going to add a catch class. It's very simple. Right, now that you have a stream of all the subpaths, you can do anything you want. Let's say for example, I'm just going to loop through each and every path, and I'm just going to print it. Right, now I'm sure you are aware of lambda expressions and method references. You can either use lambda expressions or method references. Now let me just show you with lambda expression how to do that. Right, it's very simple. It's still gonna work, or else what the way I would like to do is I would like to use method references instead of so whenever there is a possible of using method references, It's very simple to use. So I'm just gonna say system.out, alright, and println. It's very simple. Let me just run this program now. Alright, as you can see, you have a huge list here, although you have like 5 or 6 folders here. The reason, because as I said, by default it's gonna traverse in subfolders, also inside subfolders. It's gonna traverse recursively until you reach that end. But let's just say you don't want all those junk, you just want the list available in particular path. Now what you can do is you can specify the level of traversing you want. If you want to traverse just the one level, I mean just this particular directory, if you don't want to go into the subdirectories, you can give a traverse level as 1. Right now, let's say for some reason if you want to traverse into only the subfolders but not the folders inside subfolder, I mean it's kind of confusing. So let's just think it as how many levels you want to traverse. So keep it simple. So I just want to traverse first level, so I'm just saying as 1. Alright, now let me show you what happens if I run this one. Well, as you can see, the list is somewhat better now. It's because, as I said, it's just going through the first level of traversing. Then now let's just assume that you don't want the directory listing, you just need the files. I mean, what are the files? Like text files, HTML files, well, everything except subfolders. Now you can use streams filter, and you can just say if you can just return if it's a particular file. Now for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something called files utility class again, and in that I have a method called isRegularFile. Well, this function is going to tell me if it's a regular file or not. Alright, so I can use this class in filter. Filter files, files is regular file. Right, now I will get only the regular files as an output. Let's say if you want only directories, then you can just say is directories function. It's very simple. Now let me just run this one. Right, now you have only files, nothing else. Alright, so this is about how to traverse directory in Java 8. Now one more thing, I just want to add one more thing here. Let's say if you want to collect it as a list instead of this printing, just printing. If you want to collect it as an array list, what you can do is instead of using this for each, you can just say collect. And this is not related to this video, but I'm just telling you guys, collectors and to list. Right, now you will have this entire paths in a list format. Obviously you have to list string subpaths list. Right, okay, let me import it. Alright, the thing is that the stream is in path, but we're trying to store it in string here. So let me just map it, let me just convert it to string. Right, one thing is you can use a lambda expressions like this, p dot to string. Right, it would work, but as I said, I would like to use object references whenever I can. Objects to string. Right, now let me just print this array list and let's see what happens. Sorry, it's not actual array list, it's just a list. Right, now you have in list format. Now you can return it to the receiver, or it's up to you guys how do you want to handle it. So thanks for viewing. Don't forget to subscribe us and don't forget to hit the like button.